everyone. We're going to start tonight in child's pose, mix it up a little bit. Again, because we are just starting our practice, if you're a little stiff, feel free to use some props or a block, or maybe your forehead doesn't quite touch the mat in child's pose, maybe it never does. But you can always, of course, use your elbows and support your forehead with your hands, or stack one fist on top of the other to make it a little more comfortable. We're going to work, well, the total body as usual, but we're going to focus on some twists tonight to add some strength and mobility to the upper body. And of course, we're going to work on our hips and thighs, open those big muscle groups up so we have a little bit more range of motion and flexibility there as well. So let's get started in child's pose. Again, easing into it, breathing deeply. Now, just because we're folded forward, we should still be taking nice deep breaths, just as we would when we're in Shavasana, laying on our back. So I'd like you to think about breathing deeply into the back of the body, the upper back, the outside of the rib cage, and as fully as possible. So throughout our practice, I'd like you to keep your focus on our practice. Naturally, ideas arise. That's okay. Just acknowledge them without any judgment, and then bring your focus back to your breath or back to the current posture we're in. Let's lift our head up, look forward, come onto our hands and knees. We're going to move with our breath, do a couple cat-cows to get us started, start building some warmth. So as we exhale, we're really going to round the back of the body, draw the chin towards the chest, and then exhale, drop the navel down towards the mat and look upwards. So exhale, arch, inhale, round. Move at your own pace, matching your movement to your breath. Start off small, gradually make these movements a little bit bigger as the body kind of finds its own pace and position. Let's do one more. And then come to a neutral spine, back is flat. We're going to add our arm and leg to continue to build warmth and strength. So let's start with the right arm and the left leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend the knee and elbow, tuck the chin towards the chest. Use the abs to draw the arm and leg together. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, arch the back. On your next inhale, let's hold the arm and leg out. Stabilize the body by drawing in the abs a little bit further. Reach through the fingers and the foot. And exhale, hand and knee back down to the mat. Let's switch sides. Left arm, right leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw them together. Good. On your next inhale, let's hold it long. Keep breathing, keep reaching, keep stabilizing by drawing in the abs. And lower the hand and knee down to the mat. Sit back on your heels, child's pose. Keep your arms reaching out in front of you. It's okay if the forehead doesn't touch the mat, but continue to inch the fingertips just a little bit further, feeling a stretch through the upper back, creating some space between the shoulder blades. You'll feel this stretch underneath the shoulders as well, through the side of the body. And then let's lift our hips up so they're stacked over our knees. Take the right hand, back of the hand to the floor, just under your chest. We're going to thread the needle. So reach the right fingertips over to the left edge of your room as far as you can, bringing your right tricep, shoulder, ear down to the mat. So again, we're creating space through the upper back, continuing to breathe deeply. If you don't feel much of a stretch through the outside of the shoulder or the back, keep reaching a little bit further or adjust the hips. You may need to lift them up a little higher so you can reach further, or sink them down a little bit lower just to find that spot that you can really notice the stretch in your own body. It's going to be a little bit different for each one of us. Good, let's release. Bring the right hand back to the right side, plant it on the mat under the right shoulder. Left hand now, back of the hand to the floor, just under the chest. Slide the fingertips away as you bend the right elbow and lower the upper body, shoulder and temple, down to the mat. Good, let's release. Plant the left hand down on the floor, curl your toes under, lift the knees off the mat. Let's come into downward facing dog. First one of the evening. Pedal your heels, stretch out the calves, the Achilles, the hamstrings, the back. Getting a little bit more length through all those muscles along the back side of the body. Let your head gently shake from left to right and up and down. Just letting go of any tension in the jaw or neck. And then continue to breathe, walking the toes forward, coming into a forward fold. Let your upper body just relax down towards the thighs, look towards your knees. And let's press into the soles of the feet. Keep the knees soft as we round up. Rolling the shoulders back, stacking them over our hips. Lifting our chin off the chest, looking forward. Coming into mountain pose at the top of our mat. And then take a step forward if you're not already there. And we're going to move into our sun salutation. So let's inhale. Exhale, palms together at the center of our chest. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips down to the mat. Bend the knees softly. Inhale, right leg back. Knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the right toes. Exhale, left leg back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower, knees, chest, and forehead, or chaturanga. Inhale, slide forward, press the palms, lift the chest, look upwards. Exhaling, curl your toes, lift the hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down, foot flat. And exhale, left leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. And exhale, release, arms by the sides. Inhale. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes, exhaling, right leg back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower, knees, chest, and forehead, or chaturanga. Inhale, slide forward, press through the palms, lift the chest, look up. And exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, foot flat. And exhale, right leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. And exhale, release, arms by the sides. Inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes, exhaling, left leg back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down, foot flat. And exhale, left leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. And exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips to the mat. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. curl the toes, exhaling, right leg back to plank. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, foot flat. And exhale, right leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. And exhale, release. Arms by the side, shoulders back and away from your ears. Let's take a nice deep breath. Continue standing at the top of your mat. We're going to move right into triangle. So let's take our right foot, step back about a stride. Glance down. Left heel should be pointing towards our right arch. Arms extended at shoulder height. Let's take an inhale. And exhale, reach the left fingertips as far as you can to the left. And then hinge sideways directly over the left leg, creating a nice long line down the length of our arms. A stretch through the right side of the torso and the left inner thigh. And you can look straight ahead, or you can turn your head and look up towards your right hand. Breathe deeply. Let's take one more breath. And then as we exhale, press through the soles of the feet. Come all the way up, keeping the arms straight. Bring the shoulders back over your hips. Keep the left foot where it is. We're going to rotate the back foot, the right foot, toes towards the top of the mat, about 45 degrees. Hip, shoulders, and chest rotate for revolved triangle. Inhaling. Exhaling, right hand comes down, fingertips to the mat, or maybe on top of your left foot, or maybe along the left shin. This is an intense stretch, but we really need to find placement for that right hand in order to open the chest just a little bit further. Rolling the left shoulder back, stacking it over the right, feeling that stretch down the outside of the left hip and thigh. Your knees are soft, but not bent, not locked in position. And breathe. Notice if you've got other muscles here that are really gripping tightly. It is a balance challenge as well, but maybe you can let those muscles relax and sink down a little bit deeper into this stretch. Let's take one more breath. Exhaling, press into the soles of the feet, engage the quads so you can lift up with control, bringing the right arm back to the right side. Excellent job. Let's walk the right foot back on the mat for our warrior two. Bend the left leg now, bring the knee down over the ankle. Keep the arms extended directly above the legs. Turn your head and look past the left fingers. Activate the arms, reach through the fingers, and roll the shoulders back and together to work the muscles of the upper back. You guys look great. Keep it up. Now, let's keep the lower body in place. Flip the left palm up towards the ceiling and just reach the left fingertips up, gradually bringing the right hand back towards the right leg, resting it gently along the shin or thigh, reaching up through the left fingers, breathing deeply, still feeling that stretch through the inner thigh, the strength we're building through the left quad. Excellent. Let's take one more breath and then come back to warrior two. One more breath. As we exhale, extended side angle. So you can bring the left forearm to the left thigh or bring the left hand all the way down to the mat, pinky next to the left arch. Reach the right arm forward, sweep it towards the top of your mat, bring the right bicep next to your ear, tilt your chin and look up towards the right palm. This should intensify that stretch through the left inner thigh. Again, if it's too much, you can always use a block under your hand or bring the forearm to the top of the quad. Excellent. Let's take one more breath. And exhale, press into that left foot, straighten out the leg. Let's come all the way up. Let our arms float down to our sides. Excellent. Push off the right foot and come back to the top of the mat. Shoulders back, standing tall, breathing deeply in mountain pose. Great job. Let's switch sides. Left leg now steps back about a stride for triangle. Hip, shoulders, and chest facing the left edge of the room. Arms extended, inhaling. Exhaling, reaching the right fingertips as far as you can to the right, and then hinging sideways directly over that right leg, Feel the waist kind of pinch as it folds over the hip bone, and lengthen the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades, relax the quads. Excellent. Let's take one more breath. And exhale, press through the feet, lift the torso and arms back up. Keep the right foot where it is, moving into revolved triangle. We'll rotate the back foot about 45 degrees towards the top of the mat and bring the hips, shoulders, and chest forward. Inhale and exhale. Left hand comes down. This side may feel different than the previous one, so feel free to adjust if necessary. Left hand either comes down to the mat next to the right arch. You can bring it on top of the foot or along the shin if that helps on this side. Again, it's going to be a deep stretch to the outside of the right hip and thigh. So breathe deeply. Find a point to focus on. This one can really challenge the balance. And think about rolling that right shoulder back, stacking it over the left so we really get the most out of this stretch. One more breath. And exhale, press into the feet to maintain balance as we lift up. Bring the left arm back, keep the arms straight. Walk the left foot back for warrior two. Widen your stance. Let's inhale. And exhale, bending the right knee. Bring it to bring it stacked over the right heel or ankle. Roll the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and look just past the right fingers. If you glance down, your knee should be pointing towards the second or middle toe of the right foot, ensuring that we're really getting that stretch through the inner thigh. Let's flip the right palm up towards the ceiling, reach it up as we gently relax the left hand back, just resting it along the outside of the left leg. Continue to lengthen the torso and the arm as we look upwards. Excellent. Let's come back down to warrior two. And from here to extended side angle. Right hand to the mat just inside the right arch. Sweep the left arm forward, bicep next to the ear. Reach up and out through the fingertips, creating that long line down the length of the body. Our hips should sink down and forward a little bit deeper. And breathe. Good, let's take one more breath. And exhale, press into the right foot, come all the way up. Let our arms float down to our sides. Press off the left foot and come back to mountain pose. Excellent job. All right, shake out the legs. We're gonna step back on our mat so we have a little space in front of us. We're gonna move into a little triangle. We already did triangle. We're going to move into chair pose. So let's bring our hands to prayer position at the center of the chest. Shoulders are back, feet are under our hips, toes are pointing forward. And let's inhale and exhale. Bend the knees, reach back through the tailbone, sink down into that invisible chair. So with this is considered a narrow leg squat. And we're building strength through the quads, the glutes, the hamstrings. We're challenging our balance here, of course. Glance down at your feet. Make sure you can still see all your toes. And when you're as low as you can go, I'd like you to tuck the tailbone under. So we're flattening out the lower back when we do that. Focus the eyes on something that's not moving. You guys look great. I can see you on my screen. All right, let's add a little twist to this. So we're going to take the left elbow, and I'd like you to bring it either between the knees or to the outside of the right knee, pressing into your palms, rolling the right shoulder back as much as you can. We're aiming to stack the shoulders. Now, when we bring the arms down and we begin that twist, naturally the left knee wants to come forward. No. Remember, we want to keep those knees in line, so a straight line across the front of the kneecaps. So if you can't twist quite as far without that left leg coming forward, that's okay. Bring that knee back to the center, or maybe even the knee is attached, or I'm sorry, the elbow is attached to the left quad today, okay? Just notice where your body is, and we'll work from there. So breathe deeply. Find a point to focus on. Your legs should be nice and toasty by now. Let's take one more breath. And exhale, come through center, come all the way up. Good job. Let's take a couple breaths here, maybe shaking out the legs. So we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Let's inhale. Exhale down into chair pose. Again, let's check our form. When we're as low as we can go, we're tucking the tailbone under. We're glancing down, making sure we can see our toes, wiggle them around. And now we'll rotate to the opposite side. So right elbow comes between the knees, or maybe we can hook it around the outside of the left knee or thigh without letting that right knee creep ahead. Roll the left shoulder back, and we should be looking just past our fingertips. So again, these twists, they help with our spinal mobility, flexibility. They also help give our internal organs a little massage, aid in our digestion. So they're good to practice as well. Let's come back through center, press through the soles of the feet, and come all the way back up to mountain pose. Bring your hands down to your hips. Excellent job. And step your right foot forward. Keep your feet parallel to one another. We're going to move into pyramid, so stretch the back side of the lower body. So let's inhale. And exhale, hinge at the hips. So think straight line from the back of your head to your tailbone until you feel that stretch. Once you feel it in the right quad, the right hamstring, just hold it there. Pull your chin in towards your chest slightly and breathe. Let's take a deep breath in. And on your next exhale, drop your fingertips down towards the mat, towards your right foot or shin, and round your upper body forward. Bring your chin towards your chest, looking towards your right knee, letting your whole torso just hang forward and relax over the leg. Excellent. Let's bring our hands down to the mat and walk them forward. So you may need to bend your knee a little bit in order to get your fingers down on the mat. But now let's walk them forward. I know everyone thought I forgot about balance, but guess what? We're going to do a little warrior 3. So let's peel the left heel up, up, up gently. Lift it up towards the ceiling while keeping our lower back flat. Imagine you're balancing a glass of water on your lower back. And if you can, we're going to inch our fingertips off of the floor, aiming to bring our shoulders up and create a nice long line down the length of our body from our head to our left heel. If you've got your fingertips off the mat, maybe we can work on bringing them up in line with the body. Keep breathing. Focus on a point straight down below you on the mat or on the floor. Take one more breath. Excellent. Let's stand up, lowering our left foot down to the mat with control. Excellent job. Let's take a couple nice deep breaths in mountain pose. Sometimes despite our best intentions, we hold our breath a little bit in that one, so even it out. And we're going to switch sides for pyramid. So you can keep your left foot forward, but step your right foot back now. So we'll be on the opposite side. Hands to the hips again to begin. Let's inhale and exhale. Hinge. Knees are soft. Once we feel that hamstring stretch, just hold it. Tuck the chin slightly. Notice your quads. Are they gripping? Are they working hard right now? Let them relax. And now let's release, round forward. Drop your hands to the mat, the foot, the left shin. Tuck the chin towards the chest and breathe. All right, let's lift the head up slightly. Bring our hands down to the mat, so bend your knee if you need to get the hands not only on the mat, but walk them forward slightly so they will be under your shoulders as we peel the right foot up, lifting the heel, shifting the weight forward into the left foot. And then again, if it's available to you on this side, lift maybe one or both hands off of the mat. Think about flattening out the back or preventing your body from rounding forward. So lift the head and the shoulders up, create that nice long line. Focus the eyes. And let's gently lower the right foot as we lift the torso and come all the way back up to mountain pose. Shoulders back, arms relaxed to our side. Deep breaths. Excellent. Okay, let's turn towards the side of our mat. Nice wide stance for a wide leg forward fold. Keep the feet parallel to one another. We'll start with our hands on our hips. Inhale and exhale, hinge forward. When we're halfway there, drop your hands down to the mat. Continue to ease the upper body down and forward. Keeping it relaxed, maybe letting the head look left and right or nod up and down. And as we hold it here, kind of experiment with it. Maybe we can walk our hands a little bit back towards the space between our feet and fold forward a little bit deeper. Or maybe we can walk our feet a little bit wider apart and sink down with the crown of our head towards the mat a little bit further. Let's lift the head, neck, and chest up so our torso is parallel to the floor. Place the left hand directly under the center of the chest, and we're going to reach our right hand up towards the ceiling. So we're trying to create a straight line down the length of our arms, stacking the right shoulder over the left, looking towards the right side of our room. Excellent. Let's lower the right hand down, bring it all the way down to the floor, replace the left hand, and now lift the left arm all the way up. Squeeze the shoulder blades, roll that left shoulder back, and breathe. Good. Let's lower the left hand down. And then fold forward again, letting the body relax. Maybe we can get a little bit deeper. Excellent. Let's walk the toes and heels together until the feet are under the hips. And then hold it here for a moment in our traditional forward fold. Look towards your knees. Bring your hands around to the back of your calves, ankles or thighs, pulling your chest in a little bit closer, reaching the crown of your head down towards your toes. Let's release and round up, stacking the back. Excellent. All right, take a deep breath, roll out the shoulders. Okay, good. So let's take a step to the back of our mat. And we're going to walk our feet. Again, this is going to be different for all of us. I like to start with my toes about mat width apart. We're going to come down into our yoga squat. So sometimes this takes a couple, lifts up and lowers to find that happy medium. But when we lower down, we want our full foot glued to the mat. So don't have your heels up. If you do, we need to adjust the legs. So when you're ready, let's come on down, bending the knees, sinking down all the way. Hands are in prayer position. We're actually going to use the triceps to help press our knees and thighs open a little bit wider. And you may need to adjust your feet a little bit from the actual squat itself. Go right ahead. We want our knees and our toes pointing in the same directions. They should be pointed about 45 degrees. We're going to hold it here and breathe. Okay, now keep that connection of the right tricep and the right inner knee or thigh, and just lower the right hand down to the floor. We're going to use that hand for support as we lift the left arm up and over, pointing the left hand towards the back left corner of the room. So think about creating a nice long diagonal line down the length of your arms. Keep that left knee open and don't let it collapse towards the midline. Good, let's come back through center. Place the left tricep now inside the left leg and plant the hand on the mat. We'll switch sides. Right arm up and all the way back. Chest is open, look back towards the fingers. Breathe, keep the knees open. Excellent, let's bring that hand down to the mat. Good, lean forward into the hands. So lift your heels up now. And just bring your shins down to the floor, coming back into our child's pose, just as we started off class. And let your upper body drape forward over the thighs, breathing deeply. Excellent. So let's lift the head up, look forward, walk the hands forward on the mat, and we're going to come into downward facing dog. So again, you may want to pedal your heels. I always think it feels good. And on your next inhale, let's take a nice big step forward with the right foot. Come into our low lunge. Hips are down and forward. Right knee is stacked over the ankle. We may need to move that leg into place with the assistance of our hands. That's fine. But drop your hips down and forward, reach back through the left heel, getting the most out of this stretch. And breathe deeply. Keeping your left hand under the left shoulder, let's reach the right arm up, rotating the chest towards the inner thigh, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Again, we've done this several times already, so you should feel a little bit more loose through the upper body. Turn your head and look up towards the right hand. Good, let's lower the hand down to the floor. Excellent. And now we're going to lift into our high lunge. So as always, you can lower the back knee or rotate the back heel down for a little bit more support. The most challenging is keeping your legs exactly where they were for your low lunge. Regardless of the left leg, use that right quad. So let's all press deeply into the right foot to turn that quad on and inch our hands up. Roll the shoulders back over the hips and bring the hands to prayer position tonight. Breathe deeply. If you're more comfortable with them outstretched for balance, go right ahead. Keep pushing into that right foot. The glutes should be working, the quads working to help keep our body nice and steady. Let's take one more breath. And then fold forward, hands back down to the floor. Lower the left knee if it's not already there. And I'd like you to inch your hands back up to the right thigh. So kind of settle into the posture here. Notice how your hips feel. Roll your shoulders back. Let's stack them over the hips again. And now bring the hands to, actually we'll start with them behind the back. So interlace the fingers, roll your shoulders back, bring the shoulder blades together, and we're going to reach the knuckles down towards the back heel. So we're already in a slight back bend. You don't need to move too far, but I'd like you to think, rather than bending backwards, lifting the heart up and opening the chest, looking upwards. Take a couple deep breaths here. Press into the top of the back foot if you're feeling too much pressure on the left kneecap. Excellent. Let's release the hands and bring them back to the heart. All right. Now, we're going to take our left elbow and think about that chair we did with rotation. We're going to bring our left elbow towards the right knee, maybe even hooking it over the top, pressing into the palms, rolling the right shoulder back, and looking towards the right side of your room. So you might see the elbow, or it might just be touching the inside of the knee. Either variation is perfect. Let's come back through center and fold forward. Hands down to the floor and step back to downward dog. Ooh, we've been there a while, so you'll really feel it in the hips. Breathing deeply. And we'll switch sides. So big step forward with the left foot. Come into our low lunge, hips down and forward. Nice deep breaths. Reach through that right heel. And now lift the left arm up. Rotate the chest towards the left side. Stack the left shoulder over the right. Breathe deeply. Excellent. Lower the left hand. From here, we're going to move into our high lunge. So again, lower the back knee or heel if you'd like, or keep the legs as they are. Let's press into the left foot, exhaling, lifting the shoulders up, rolling them back, bringing the hands to prayer position, or extend it out at shoulder height if that feels more steady. Press through the feet. Excellent. Fold forward, hands down to the floor. Lower the knee if it's not already there. Flatten the top of the foot. And again, walk your hands up to the left thigh. Take a moment. Notice how your body's feeling. Notice the alignment of your body. And then bring the hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Roll the shoulders back and together. Lift the chest. Open it up towards the sky. Look upwards. Excellent. Let's release. Bring the hands to prayer position. And now here's our rotation. So right elbow to left inner thigh, or maybe hooking it around the knee, pressing into the palms, rolling the left shoulder back, looking past the fingers. Excellent. Let's come back to the center. Fold forward, hands down to the mat, frame that left foot, and let's step back to downward dog. Woo! All right, so good job stretching those hip flexors, hamstrings, strengthening the quads. So now let's move into pigeon pose. So let's start by lifting our right heel high for a moment as we bend the right knee, pull the knee in towards the chest as we shift the weight forward, and lower the knee down to the mat between our hands. Relax your left leg back. Open the chest, look upwards, and exhale, fold forward over the right thigh. Let the body relax. Maybe create a little pillow for your forehead with your forearms or hands. Or you can always keep your elbows bent, stack your forehead and your hands that way. But the more relaxed, the better. The more deeply we'll get into this stretch. Good. Good. Let's lift the head, neck, and chest up. Walk our hands back to either side of the right knee, and let's step back to downward dog. Switching sides, left heel up. Bend the knee, pull the knee in towards the chest, and lower it between the hands. Relax the right leg back. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Good. Let's inhale, head, neck, and chest up. Let's sit down into the left hip, and we're going to swing the right leg around, keeping the left knee bent. We'll just bring the foot along the right thigh or calf, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, both arms up, biceps next to your ears, and exhale, reach forward as you fold, hinging at the hips, dropping your hands down towards your foot, ankle, calf, rolling your chin in towards the chest and letting the body relax. Don't fight against it. Let your quads relax. Good. Let's inhale. Both arms all the way up. Bring the shoulders back over the hips. Keep the right arm lifted. Bring the left hand back just behind the left hip. We're going to press into the left palm, the left shin, the right foot as we lift the hips off the mat and reach back through the right fingers, finding length and a stretch through the abdominals. And gently lower down. Good. Keep that right leg extended. Take the bent left knee, step it across for a little spinal twist. Rooting down through the sits bones, bring the left hand behind the back. Right arm up, inhaling. Exhaling, lowering the right arm to the outside of the left thigh. Open the chest to the left and look over the left shoulder. So sit up nice and tall. Keep breathing deeply. And release. Good. Bring the chest forward, and we're going to switch sides. So left leg is extended in front of us. Right leg is bent. Sole the right foot along the left thigh or calf, sitting up tall. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, reach forward as you fold. Wonderful. Hands down to the foot, ankle or calf. Tuck the chin. Try and relax into the posture, and if you can, continue to walk your hands down the leg a little bit further. Good. Let's inhale both arms all the way up. Keep the left arm lifted, right hand planted just behind the right hip. Press into the right hand, the right shin, the left foot, lifting the body, reaching back through the left fingers, and breathe. Good. Hips back down to the floor. Keep the left leg extended in front of you. Pick up the right leg and place the right foot on the outside of the left thigh. Sit back down into the right hip. Bring the right hand behind the tailbone. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale, lower it on the outside of the right thigh, opening the chest, looking over the right shoulder. Excellent. Let's release. Bring the chest forward. And now we're going to move into our wide leg hamstring stretch. So legs nice and wide, toes up towards the ceiling. For runners, walkers, pretty much everybody, hamstrings are really tight. So That's why we practice. This is one of those postures I particularly don't like, but we still need to practice it. All right, so inhale, both arms all the way up, biceps next to our ears, and exhale, reach forward as you fold, just as we did before with the one leg extended. When you can't fold any further this time, just drop your hands down to the floor, tuck your chin towards your chest, and let your legs relax. So I personally have a tendency of really gripping the quads, pulling my kneecaps in, let them relax. If you find yourself doing this as well, notice your shoulders. You might be pulling them up towards your ears, kind of reflexively. Let them relax. The more we relax, the better. The deeper we'll get into this posture, and the more stretch we'll get out of it. So nice deep breaths here. Maybe you can inch your fingertips forward just a little bit further. And now we're going to walk both hands over towards our right leg. So center your chest over the right thigh. Bring the right hand to the outside of the right leg. And again, just gently lower the chest down while keeping the left leg relaxed, toes up towards the ceiling. You want to place your hands along the right calf or foot to gently help you pull your torso in. Go right ahead. And release, walk the hands through center and bring them over towards the left leg. Again, centering the torso over the left thigh and breathing deeply. Good, hands back through center. And you can sit up a bit, bring your shoulders over your hips. And now we're going to take the back of the right hand and place it inside the right leg, okay? So the back of the hand to the inner knee or the inner calf of the right leg. Left arm is up. We're going to inhale. And as we exhale, we're just going to slide our right arm down the length of the right leg so we hinge sideways, bringing our right shoulder directly towards the right thigh. So now you should really feel this stretch intensely down the left side of the body. Keep the left bicep next to your ear rather than rounding forward. We want to keep the shoulders stacked. Good, let's come back up through center and we'll switch sides. Left hand, back of the hand just inside of the left leg. Inhale. Exhale, release, reaching over towards the left side. Maybe you can grab a hold of the foot with the top hand, if you can find it there. But again, we want to keep the biceps next to the ears rather than letting the chest roll forward. Excellent. Let's come back through center and bring our arms back down to our sides. Bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet together, hands on the feet or ankles, sit up tall, inhale, and exhale, lean forward, bring the chest towards your feet, keep the back flat, use the elbows to gently push the thighs down a little bit closer to your mat. Good, let's lift the chest up. And we're going to draw the legs together and we're going to roll back on our mat for shoulder stand, or if you prefer to bring your mat towards one of the walls in your room, you can do legs at the wall pose. Okay, your choice. So move into that gently. I'll cue it in just a moment. And if you're moving into traditional shoulder stand, tuck the shoulder blades under, arms down by the sides. Use the abs to draw the knees in towards your chest. When you can't pull them in any further, press through the palms to lift the tailbone off the floor. Bend the elbows, bring the hands to the lower back, and begin to walk them up the back of the body, little by little, until your hips are over your shoulders. And then begin to straighten out the legs, lifting the toes up towards the ceiling. At any point, if you feel uncomfortable in any way, come on down with control.
point and flex your feet a couple times, letting your calves and ankles relax. Bring one leg towards your face and reach away through the opposite leg. And bring the legs together and then switch directions. And then gently lower the toes to the mat, coming into plow pose. And then bring your hands down to the mat, bend your knees in towards your face, slide the knees down the front of the body, gently lowering the hips, and then the soles of the feet to the mat. And then we're going to just bring our arms out to the sides slightly, halfway between our hips and our shoulders. Bring the thighs together, and then just gently lower the knees down to the right side. Look over the left shoulder. Bring the knees back through center and over to the left side. And into the center. And then walk your heels out, about mat width apart. Turn your toes towards the outside corners. Flip your hands around so the palms are up towards the ceiling. And tuck the shoulder blades under the back of the body. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Let go of any thoughts, plans, or ideas. And then just let your mind be calm. And notice the sensation of the breath, the way the body feels after our practice. And then bring your awareness all the way down your body to your feet. My toes, feet, and heels are releasing and relaxing. My toes, feet, and heels are released and relaxed. My ankles, calves, and knees are releasing and relaxing. My ankles, calves, and knees are released and relaxed. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are releasing and relaxing. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are released and relaxed. My abdomen and lower back are releasing and relaxing. My abdomen and lower back are released and relaxed. My fingers, hands, and wrists are releasing and relaxing. My fingers, hands, and wrists are released and relaxed. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are releasing and relaxing.
My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are released and relaxed. My chest, back, and shoulders are releasing and relaxing. My chest, back, and shoulders are released and relaxed. My neck, head, and face are releasing and relaxing. My neck, head, and face are released and relaxed. My mind is calm. My breathing is even. And I am completely relaxed. Bring awareness back to your body and begin to move your fingers and toes. Gently stretch your arms overhead and lengthen the body. Reach your arms to the right and to the left. And then gently roll back up to a seated position. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace. Namaste. Great job tonight, everybody. Thank you for working hard. From what I could see, everyone did a great job. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's practice. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay well, and I will see you next week.